Hi, I'm Matt.
Hey there, I'm Bianca.
And in this episode, we are going to discuss how do you tell a couple that you are not interested in playing with them.
So stay tuned. So, it could be a sensitive topic. Sensitive issue. We've actually had a lot of newbies coming up to us lately, asking us a lot about how to turn someone down without hurting their feelings, or like, what do you do? How do you broach the subject?
Sure.
And so I thought it'd be a great topic to kind of talk about, since we've had so many people asking us that while we were at the club.
Okay, well, you
maybe that's the way that they're turning us down. We're talking to them and they're like, so I have a burning question for you.
If I were you,
how do you turn someone down? And we're so clueless that we're like, oh, this is how you do it. And then, yeah, they're actually rejecting us.
It does sound like that. You are someone who's just constantly like prowling around
I
on
know,
the hunt.
like on the hunt, like
I want to play with someone who's available.
Right. Mm-hmm. So what is some of the advice that you give to these newbie couples? Like, what's something that you tell them?
Okay, so like, how would I say no to someone if...
Yeah. So I said, hey, Matt, I'm interested in playing with you.
And I'm saying no to you.
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
all right.
Like you do every Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's right. The once a week where you offer to have sex with me. Right. I'm like, oh, no, thank you. We did that on our anniversary. We're done.
We had our tickets.
No, I think when it comes down to saying no to someone, it really just kind of boils down to just being polite but honest.
Sure.
You don't have to tell someone the reason why. I think that's really the biggest question that people have, is they just feel like, oh my gosh, if I say no, then I have to give an excuse, or I have to, tell them a reason why not, or I just feel bad saying no to someone,
right.
Or something along those lines. And we had run into early on, when we didn't really know the answer to that question, a lot of it became like, not right now, not right now was the answer. And well, it wasn't even a maybe later. It was that was the best way to say no, was
right.
No, not right now. Like I'm going to get a drink, or that type of thing. Like you're basically saying not right now, but when you answer it in a way like that, you're also not shutting them down to say no, that they have to say no again in a half hour or tomorrow or next time you see them or whatever, where it's just no thank you. No, thank
I always think like maybe feel like you should do like a catch and release kind of thing. Like they came up to you and they were like, hey baby, I want to have go to the back with you.
Right.
If you keep them on the hook, that's not very nice.
Okay.
Right there, if you say maybe later or not right now, then they might think there's a chance next time. They might think there's a chance later that night. So they may be like, okay, well, we're just waiting for them to have the right opportunity. So maybe they're going to pause because they're so into you. Like, let's say you're at the club and someone's wanting to be with you, and you use the, not right now. Unless, you're honest with them, they might think, okay, not right now means they don't want to play right because we got here at 9 o'clock. Maybe at like 10:30 they'll want to play. So they may not go find other people that are interested because they're so interested in you that they're going to hold off, and then you've just kind of like cock blocked them for the night, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not interested in someone, it's so much nicer to just say, just no, or, we don't, I don't feel like we fit sexually. Like, I just don't feel that the sexual chemistry with you, something like that. Just being honest with them so that they can be released back into the wild and hopefully find someone else that is interested in that.
That's interesting that you'd say you don't feel the chemistry. I don't know if I would say that, because I also would that hurt your feelings?
I don't think so, because I think that there's with everybody there's certain chemistry that you're going to feel with people. And I'm not a person who's just DTF. Like, I am not going to just be that person mostly, unless I feel like raw chemical sexuality chemistry with you.
Okay.
I need a little bit more. And there have definitely been people where I'm just like, I would instigate. I would put the things out there to get things moving forward sexually, because I have major chemistry with them.
Okay.
So I don't think that would hurt my feelings if someone said that they just didn't feel the chemistry with them. Doesn't mean that they're not a fun person, that they don't want to be friends with you. It just means that they're just not feeling it sexually, and that's okay. Because you know what? 2 people over, they do. But that's me. Like, I have to have that sexual chemistry because I'm just not that person who's just DTF. I'm not going to walk in and fuck every little bunny that is running around. That's just not me.
Well, I mean, and there have been situations where, I actually think of a situation that happened fairly recently where someone asked me to play, and I just said, no, thank you. And I just kind of shrugged. I was like, no, thank you. And they were like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And it was, and that wasn't an implication of maybe later or not maybe later or anything like that. It was just a no, thank you, and it was fine. Mm-hmm. And if they ask me again, then I'll have to say it again. Yeah. And maybe at that point I might be. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But it wasn't a big deal because people that are in the lifestyle that have been doing it a little while can understand that there's a million reasons for it. Yeah. It could be it's your time of the month. It could be
it's your time of the month.
It's my time of the month. It could be it could be I don't feel like playing tonight. We don't feel like playing tonight. I have a headache, but I don't want to let everybody know that I have a headache. I'm still going to be social. I don't want to just be head down in the corner because I came out to be social, but I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah.
For a million other reasons.
And the reason doesn't even matter.
And so if you are talking to somebody, now there is also the concept of leading somebody on.
Right.
And that can very much happen if you are talking to somebody and you are kind of putting the signals out there that you want to play or that you are inviting them to flirt more, if that makes sense. And if you're not going to be playing for a set up reason, we're not going to play tonight. We talked about it beforehand. We're not going to play tonight, or whatever, or it's your time of the month, and there's not a person here that you're going to play with because you don't feel comfortable doing that at that time of the month. So you have that kind of preset in the evening. So if you were just flirting with somebody and you were just kind of like, you're leading them in the direction of, oh, this is getting hot and heavy and all that kind of stuff, it would be nice of you specifically earlier on, just to kind of let you know. Let you know that it's not going to happen. But if that was a situation where it's just not going to happen tonight, but I would like to happen in the future, or maybe happen in the future, you can say that.
Absolutely.
Too. We were approached by a couple a while ago that we knew had their eyes set on us, but they asked us at a time that we weren't going to be playing. I think it may have been late in the evening, or I don't remember. And we said we'd love to, but not tonight. And they were like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that basically said, just tonight, go do your thing, whatever. But just kind of put us on the back burner. And when those stars align for whatever reason, we would be absolutely apt to do that, but just not tonight, and that's okay. But if we were just like, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah. And that one time we were in Vegas, and that happened where I had been with someone, and then I didn't have a good experience. And later I saw this person, the same person, and they said, I was on the dance floor with someone, and they kind of just took over and got in there, and they're very aggressive. And I was at that point like, I'm not interested in this person anymore.
Okay.
But because we were new at this and didn't know what to say, I excused myself to go get a drink of water, went to the bar, thinking leaving the situation was good enough. He then followed and said, hey, we'd like to play. And I said, oh no, I've got a headache. I'm not going to play. But then I felt like I had to leave. Like, I didn't feel like I could be on the prowl and find someone else because I said I have a headache. And what if he sees me later with someone else?
That's right.
That's not very kind, right?
It's not only not very kind, but by saying I have a headache, that means try again tomorrow.
Well, I was getting there, yeah.
Sorry,
So if that exactly is, you're not doing that catch and release. Release them. Let them go out back into the wild. Like, there are so many people out there that want to have sex with you that it's like, just like, let's just let them go and let them find someone else that they're compatible with. You know, it feels just kind of mean to like just be like, no, maybe later. And I know it's so hard to say that you're not interested in someone, but it really is the kinder thing to do so that they're not sitting there with puppy dog eyes looking at you, waiting for you to be ready, and you avoid them running to the bar or the bathroom every time they try to talk to you.
See, that's interesting. I feel like we're on the same page, but the fact that you're saying I'm not interested in you is
I'm just saying, like, whatever way you say it, like, you can just say no. But my thing is, if I'm very not, like, if there is a person that I am absolutely 100% not interested in,
okay,
I feel like it's better to say, to let them know, like, I'm just not feeling the connection here. I think you're a great person and I really enjoy being your friend, but I'm just not feeling a sexual connection here. Okay. Because if I just say no or no thank you, like you did, that to them could mean, well, maybe next week.
Okay.
Maybe next time.
But
because I'm not and I could see, I could see saying to someone, no thank you or whatever, because sometimes I do need a little bit more connection with them. So it's not like if I were to say no thank you or no, to me that would be not tonight, maybe another time, but I don't know yet. Because with some people, if I don't feel an immediate sexual connection, if I get to know them a little bit, it will grow. But then, there are some people where you're like, oh, I don't know about that. But then you get to know them, you feel it, it grows. There are other people that you're just like, I just don't think I will ever feel a sexual connection with them. So those people, I would be like, I don't feel the sexual connection. But these other people, I might say, no thank you, and maybe they'll come back to me, maybe we'll have some more conversations and we'll talk. I don't know.
I think if some woman that I was flirting with responded with no thank you, I don't know if I would come back later.
Really?
There's a difference between, like we ran into, where we said, I am interested in you, or I might be interested in a different situation. If you're flat out saying that, I'd like to play with you, but not tonight, if that's what you really mean, then that's absolutely the right answer. If I'm flirting with a woman and she says no thank you, it's gonna feel like, okay, a little kind of a letdown, as it would. But it also, I just assume that she does not want to play with me. I am going to go find someone else who is more excited about doing it. Will I try again on another situation? I guess it's possible if absolutely the stars align, and that other night somehow I was getting a vibe from her that she wanted to have sex with me. But I'd be more apt to not ask that second time.
I guess a better response could be, not right now, but I'd like to get to know you a little bit better. Like for someone like me who feels like they're kind of cute. Maybe I just need to get to know them a little bit better. And then, that way I'm putting the ball in their court of, do they want to be the type of person that gets to know me a little bit before we get in the bedroom and do a little bit of work? Or are they the type of person that doesn't want to? And that's totally fine too. If they don't want to do the work to get to know me, to make me feel more comfortable, we're all good there. That's fine. Go do your thing. We're both separated at that point. They can decide. The ball's in their court.
So that's someone that
would be a better.
So for that person, that person is a maybe.
Yeah.
That's just like, I haven't decided. Yeah, they're in the maybe pile.
Which I think that's okay.
I think you are probably someone who has between the yes, no, and maybe pile has a much larger maybe pile.
I would absolutely agree with that.
Because you don't go for looks isn't your number one thing with a guy.
No.
Age isn't your number one thing with a guy. It's specifically personality.
Yes.
I mean, there are definitely going to be some people that you are not physically attracted to, as that's the case with everyone.
Sure.
Where you could probably decide pretty quickly that you would not be interested in playing with them.
Yeah.
But I would tend to say the vast majority of people would be based purely on their personality. And I honestly, I can say from my own perspective as a guy, like I've played with women that I consider way out of my league. I mean, I consider you way out of my league, but excluding you, that and it was that same type of thing where it was just kind of like, I had to put my best foot forward on my personality to make her see there was more than this schlub over in the corner.
You're so cute and sexy, and let's go have sex right now.
Okay, that sounds fine. Well, I guess that means we're going to end the video. Okay, so on that note...
I made him speechless, you guys. That never happens.
Never happens. So, does that make sense? Before we end it, does that make sense? Saying no is really. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds almost could be rude or something along those lines. But it really is perfectly okay to just say no, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I think in conclusion of all of this, think about just being kind to people and maybe answering them the way that you would want to be answered. You wouldn't want to be left on the hook. You wouldn't want to be ghosted, have people just run around and hide from you the whole time. You'd want to be released. So release those people.
Okay. Okay, I like the catch and release. I think that'll be our next T-shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. And well, make sure you do go to www.clubsapphire.net. Check out all the amazing events that are happening soon. This club is just fantastic. It's our home away from home. And if you ever see us here, make sure that you come over and say hi. And she'll hit on you, and then you'll have to say no.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Anything else you want to say?
Real quick, I want to remind everybody to check on the calendar for Westport. See if you can get into Westport. That's coming up soon, and that is going to be a blast. Westover Hotel Takeover. And lastly, also check your calendars because Bianca's Bombshells are performing quite a bit now at the club, at least monthly, and it is on the calendar. So make sure you come those nights and support the Bombshells and our performances.
And if you don't know what that is, what is that?
So I now have a dance troupe. A couple of sexy bombshells that come out and dance with me, and we do the birthday dances. So if you're having a birthday that month, you can contact me or just come to the club that day, and we will put you up on the stage area, and we'll do a little dance for you. Dance for everybody, but we involve usually the people who are sitting there.
And it's choreographed with poles and all that kind of stuff.
We do pole dancing, costume changes, all that kind of fun stuff. So they're becoming quite fun.
Yeah, and those are generally once a month, and they are usually about 10:30, something like that.
Yeah, we usually go on about 10:30, so make sure you're there those times. And then if you're interested in pole classes, I've just added some extra ones to the calendar, so check that out too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.